What's up, guys? So apparently we have this. I'm a couple of days late, but they are reintroducing Slayer partners. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna give this format a try of doing some type of like RuneScape news type thing. And if you guys like it, I'll continue making these as they come out, as the new ones come out. But I thought I'd just start with this one because this is like only a couple of days old, so I'm not too far behind. But anyways, they're reintroducing Slayer partners. Now, I wasn't here for the first time that they did this. I'm gonna try to move my mic a little bit so that way I don't go away from it. What does the partner button on the enchanted gem even do? Time to find out. I didn't even notice that because I never really used the enchanted gem. I don't know if any of you guys do. Uh, I just use this. Well, right now I don't use the Slayer helm, but I have a thing on RuneLight that tells me how many number of monsters I have left. Anyways, Slayer partners in June 2020, we removed Slayer partners due to a number of rule-breaking incidents. Luckily, indefinitely does not mean permanently. And today we'd like to share an updated Slayer partner pitch which avoids the pitfalls of the previous system while letting you and a friend mow down all the monsters you want. Let's get into it. Okay, we're going to get right into this because like I said, I wasn't here for the first initial thing, but apparently people were breaking the rules somehow. Finding your Slayer partner. The trickiest step is the first one. Finding a friend. Yeah, I'll have to say I don't have many friends that play RuneScape, and it is hard to find people new to play with most of the time. So yeah, we can't help you that much with that, but it is massively multiplayer online RPG, so we're sure you'll manage. I don't know. It's not like it used to be RuneScape. Uh, it used to be way more talkative back in the day. Once you've found your friend, you'll need to use the partner option on the Enchanted Gem or Slayer helmet and select new partner. Type their name and send an invite. Okay, that's pretty simple. Here's a little thing I believe here that's probably showing you. Yep, new partner. There you go. That's what it looks like. All right. We've also updated the in-game partner interface to reflect how things are functioning now. Pressing the new partner button will give you the opportunity to type in your prospective partner's in-game name. Okay, whatever. That's what they just said. All right. If they accept, you can start looking for your first task. All right, so here's how the task system works. Because I haven't like seen anything on this yet, so like this is new to me. So I'm hoping that there's some people out there that they haven't seen anything on this either. That's kind of why I'm making this video because I thought it'd be fun. Um, with an active partner, Slayer Masters will assign tasks you can complete together. If you're the player receiving a task, only your block list will be taken into account. Okay. All right. Older iterations of Slayer partner systems took both block lists into account, which meant it was possible to narrow down your available tasks to a select few and boost your okay, I see. That's how people were manipulating it. Okay, I get it. Because yeah, that makes sense. If you had different block lists, then you could literally focus it down to only the certain ones that you needed. So that makes total sense. You'll also only receive tasks that both you and your partner can actually complete. Makes sense. In the past, if you took a task your partner didn't have the level for, they just wouldn't be given one. Okay. So would that mean they didn't get experience for the task then? I'm so confused. But it does make sense that you'd have to have like so it would go off whoever the lowest level Slayer person. That makes sense. Lastly, we removed the requirement for one player to have a higher Slayer level than their partner. Yeah, that would make 0 sense for people to have. You'd have to have a higher Slayer level because like if you want to do Slayer together, you would think that those people would try to be or would be somewhat like on the same level, so that makes sense. Um this new system guarantees that once you get a task, you'll both be able to enjoy it. Well, that is what we would hope. If you already have a task, you can't partner up until you finish it. That makes sense. This is to ensure that any task you do together is suitable for both of you. In similar vein, Irons won't be able to partner up, but group Irons can partner with. Yeah, that's really good for Iron Man, I would think. Because it gets boring and there's not a lot of things you can do with other people as Ironman. So this I feel like would be really, really fun for group Ironman. This approach means that you and a friend could theoretically set up block lists for two different mods and bounce between them at will. Perhaps one of you could keep a few boss-oriented tasks open while the other focuses on XP rates. The possibilities are endless. Sorry, I'm struggling with reading this. I've been doing like a bunch of talking today, so like I'm getting really tongue tied. Plus, I get tongue tied all the time anyway, and I slur a lot of my words naturally. You know how it goes sometimes. I never claim to be a professional reader. um Yeah, I mean that makes sense too. You could still have two separate block lists, but then like just whoever chooses to be the one who picks the task, it'll determine what monsters would be. Okay, that makes sense. Ones would be yeah. Yeah. We are aware of the potential for players to narrow task lists significantly by using alternate accounts with incomplete quests and higher Slayer levels to block additional tasks, but we reckon this will be relatively rare occurrence and shouldn't increase XP rates too significantly for these players. To safeguard against this sort of thing, your combined number of available tasks must exceed 10, or you won't get any task at all. Okay, that makes a little sense there. I know me personally, I'm an account that I'm playing right now, and I'm making a video, like a long form video for you guys with. I have not done the elf roving elves yet because I do not want elf tasks right now. Because I'm trying to get my Slayer level up a little bit higher to where, and I don't really like those ones that much. So just so I don't get that task and narrow down, I actually chose not to do those quests yet. So I see exactly what they're saying here. Your partner will persist between sessions. So if one of you has to log off, you can put the task on hold or wrap it up by yourself. Obtaining a new task while your Slayer partner is offline, remove them as your partner. Make sure to grab your next task together to save yourself any headaches. Okay, so that is good. So if, say, you just found some random person, you want to do a task, they have to leave or you have to leave, it doesn't lock you with that random person that may never log on again. So I like that. That is a great move. Uh, but and then I'm assuming that person would still get the Slayer experience. They just wouldn't get credit for the actual task being completed, I would believe. You can cancel your current task at any time. Okay, so just like normal Slayer, but both of you and your partner must cancel to receive another one. Okay. Even the bad tasks being twice as quick to complete, we expect to see fewer skips than normal. Just imagine how quickly you and your mate can melt down 40 Iron Dragons. Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense too. If this is actually really good for that because, that essentially means there's 40 together. So now the thing I don't do you both get the split experience rate for Slayer? I don't think it said anything on that, or I just don't remember. But that's something that I want to know. Hopefully they say it here. Okay, I see it here. Okay, so we'll keep going. Completing a task. As an example, let's say you've been assigned gargoyles together. What does the task actually look like? Assuming you and your partner are within 30 tiles of each other, your task will decrease by 1 anytime either of you kill a gargoyle. You'll only receive XP for the damage you deal, whether that's full XP for your own kill or partial XP if you both attack the same enemy. Okay, so you're both getting, so it's basically normal XP if you're like both killing whatever you want, but then it's shared XP if you both are attacking the same thing. I like that, but the only thing I'm worried about is that just your normal combat experience or is that Slayer experience? Because that means one person could still be getting more Slayer experience for the task, which I mean, I guess theoretically that could be fine. I'm not really sure how I feel on that one yet. But I'm assuming this would be more for like getting your Slayer points up faster, but then like there's a lot of people that don't really care about that because they've already unlocked everything they wanted. So I'm not really sure if you're losing. I guess if it's gonna be hard that I guess technically you would be getting more experience in the long run anyway because you're getting through tasks faster, and you'd be getting better tasks more often because you can get through them quicker. So I'm interested to see in the long run how much the XP differs whether or not you're doing it solo or with someone else, even if you are the one that's getting less experience. All right, so if you are on a Slayer partner's task and kill a target without your partner nearby, you'll receive an in-game message warning you that you are too far apart. Okay, that's good. The notable exception is when you're boss Slayer task, and in the instance where you won't receive a message. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. If you're in an instance, like certain bosses, it's just you in there. Keep your friends close and your Slayer partners closer to make sure you finish the task at the same time. Okay, so that's all right. That's confusing there. So is that only for instance kills that you guys would have to, or is like the actual count shared? Like I don't know. Like, are you just doing the same? So this is where I'm confused now. So is it like 40? So if there's 40 mobs that you have to kill, um, is it 40 for both of you, or do you each have your own 40? Like, is it combined? So then, like, say he kills 12, 22, and then you kill 18. So he got 2 more kills than you, or is it just like he gets 20 kills, you get 20 kills? I mean, or like he gets 40 kills, you get 40 kills because there's 40 total. Or is it just in boss instance like this where you can't technically do it together? Like, so I don't know. That's something maybe they'll talk about down here, I'm guessing. You only receive points if you have individually secured kill credit for at least 20% of the task. Okay. So I'm guessing. Okay. So yeah. All right. So it is. Okay. So it's together. So I just had the read down. Reload. Okay. All right. So if you only kill 15 out of 100, you'll receive no points. Uh, that's pretty funny. Enduro will be very disappointed in you. Points are distributed based on what percentage of the task you did yourself. If you killed 60 gargoyles and your partner killed 40, Duro's 15 points would shake out to 9 for you and 6 for your partner. Oh. Okay. So you don't get the full amount of points. So it won't change. It actually makes getting your points worse. But it could be, like I said, if you do them really, you get through tasks faster, then it could even out. Unlike most things in old school, this rounds up, so neither partner loses out. A perfect 50-50 split with 8 points each. A whopping single point up from what the solar play. Okay, so you can still, whoever, so it can make someone faster. So you still technically could cheese this. So if you wanted to, uh, there is a possibility that you could do that. This could get a bit unusual when combined with task streak bonuses, since your streaks are probably different. To offset this, we're going to only split the base points. You'll keep your Slayer bonus yourself. Don't spend it all at once now. Okay, so that's a good thing. Once you finish your task and snagged your point, God damn it, I can't read right now. It's time for a new task, or to go separate ways if they didn't pull their weight. Okay. Yep, that's good. Wrapping up. We so far it's kind of answered almost all of my questions, but I'm still wondering I'm still wondering how it's going to work out for in the long run. Like if you are like, I guess one person could still technically get more points, but I'm still wondering on how the Slayer experience, if it'll actually be faster or not. Because if you're getting out killed, you know what I mean? You're getting less. You would think you'd get less Slayer experience if you're always constantly like losing. even though it's like you would think that Team Slayer would want to benefit both players. All right, wrapping up. We know that you've wanted Slayer partners back for a long time now. This update mostly just restores the system to its former glory with improved system and usability. And as such, we'll be releasing it without a poll. We will, however, be keeping a very close eye on how many players use it going forward. Our goal with these changes was to prevent the exploits we saw in Slayer Partners' previous incarnation. We've already consulted with a handful of expert players, and we're confident that the current potential for abuse is extremely low. That said, we're poised to make changes if we do see anyone exploiting the system, although we don't plan to remove it again anytime soon. Let us know what you make of our proposed improvements. We're hopeful to re-release Slayer Partner before Anthrax, or how the fuck you pronounce that, I don't know, are added to the game alongside Araxor, since the best way to enjoy a brand new Slayer task is surely side by side with an elf or a friend. Okay, so I can still see where people may be able to abuse this, like I said before, with the one person getting more Slayer points, because you can still technically fudge that to where the one person does get more points if they need them. So there is still a problem there. Also, like I said, my biggest problem is whether or not this is actually going to be faster, because I don't know how it worked before. Like I said multiple times in this video, I wasn't there when it first came out, so I don't know how it worked, if it was actually faster, or if, you know, one person actually did get less experience. That's the only part I'm worried about. I also so I'm guessing, like, whatever you kill, you get the drop for it. That's your drop. But what happens if you both kill something? Is it a split random drop? Like, how does that work? That's another thing that I'm wondering about. So there are still some questions that I have. If you have questions, or if you want to leave your thoughts down below, please do so. If you like this video, give it a like to let me know that to make more videos like this whenever more RuneScape news comes out. And also, if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. But any of that stuff is very appreciated. Thank you guys so much for checking this video out, and have fun playing RuneScape. Peace.